Very good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about excretory system in human being. In the last class only I have told you about that the shape of the kidney and the color of the kidney, shape of the kidney, bean shaped kidneys are there we have. And the size is larger than the fist size. That also I have told you. And what is the color of the kidney means here? Reddish brown color. Then LS of kidney, outer part in LS of kidney. LS means here longitudinal section. LS means longitudinal section and TS means children. In the biology we have observing from last 3 years onwards, from 8th class onwards, LS, TS we are getting. So longitudinal section and TS means transversal section. So longitudinal and the transversal, about that we know this is along the axis. So along the axis we are observing here the structure. So longitudinal structure means it runs cut along the axis. And coming to the transversal section, vertical and perpendicular to the axis. Vertical and perpendicular to the axis. So LS means along the axis. And coming to the TS, transversal section, perpendicular to the axis we are observing. So here LS means the longitudinal section of the kidney, that means runs cuts along the axis. So that is we are observing here about the kidneys. And here kidneys are two paired, a pair of bean shaped kidneys a human beings having, which are reddish brown color structures and which are exist abdominal cavity attached to the dorsal body wall, one on either side of the backbone. They are kidneys. Yes, one on either side of the backbone, either side of the spinal cord, spine. The right kidney is placed slightly lower than left kidney because of the presence of liver. Here, think why it is so. They ask children, because of the presence of liver in the right side. Right kidney is placed slightly lower than the left kidney. So that is the reason for that. The size of the kidney is 10 centimeters in length and 5 to 6 centimeters in breadth. And the 4 centimeter thickness. So that is the information about structure of the kidney. And each kidney is convex on outer side and concave on inner side. Convex on outer side and convex on inner side, like this. Concave on inner side, convex on outer side, concave on inner side. I think is it clear for you? I think it is clear for you. So next, the position of the right kidney is lower than the left kidney because of the presence of liver above. Here they have asked a question and we got answer here. And kidneys are having, each kidney is having fissure or hilus to enter the renal artery into it, renal vein into it, and ureter into it. So here 3 are there for each kidney. That means total 6 tubes are present in the fissure. Total 6 tubes are present in the excretory system. So here 3 tubes are attached to the left kidney and 3 tubes are attached to the right kidney. Don't get confused here. I think you got here clear information. And here various organs of body are filtered through kidneys, and the waste material produced by the various organs will be removed by the kidneys. So like this, the location of the kidneys in a human body, just observe children, the location of the kidneys in human body are like this. So now I want to select for explanation excretory system. Just observe these children. So all these labels I want to explain you one by one. Yes, posterior vena cava, adrenal gland, dorsal aorta, renal artery, left kidney, renal vein, left ureter and right ureter, openings and bladder urethra, opening of the ureter into bladder, two ureters left and right we have, and the two are enters into the bladder, then urethra, then external opening. So all these parts I will explain you now. First I want to select, I want to start from the right side, this posterior vena cava. And in the transportation lesson only we have studied about that posterior vena cava. So what is posterior vena cava? Posterior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood to the heart from the lower parts of the body, that we know, which carries deoxygenated blood to the heart from the lower parts of the body, so that is connected to the excretory system, both the kidneys. So posterior vena cava, which is collecting blood from the kidneys through posterior vena cava, which is drained. It is a vein part, venal system, combination of veins here we have in the posterior vena cava, which is attached to the and drain into the kidney, and which collects deoxygenated blood from the kidneys and passes that into heart. So posterior vena cava carries deoxygenated blood from the kidneys to the heart. So here posterior vena cava, which is drained, connected into the kidneys, and under this we are calling all the types of veins related to the kidneys, which are connected to the drained to the kidneys, are called as renal veins. All the veins which are connected or which are attached to the kidneys are called as renal veins, and arteries are called as renal arteries. So renal veins are veins that drain the kidney, and they connect the kidney to the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava or posterior vena cava, we can call like that also. Superior, anterior we are calling. Superior and anterior same. Posterior and inferior same meaning, children, don't get confused. Superior, posterior or inferior we are calling here, inferior or posterior. Okay, superior or anterior, both are same meaning. So here inferior vena cava, they connected the kidney to the inferior vena cava. Veins are connected the kidneys to the posterior vena cava. They carry the blood filtered by the kidneys afterwards. Deoxygenated blood only. So where the oxygen lost here, why it became as deoxygenated? The arteries carries oxygenated and unfiltered blood to the kidneys. Then kidneys filter that blood and they uses for cellular respiration that oxygen, and the blood will become pure and filtered, but oxygen absent because it consumed in the kidneys for the functioning, for respiration. Cellular respiration in the cells needed oxygen from the blood, so that oxygen will be consumed. Then the deoxygenated and filtered blood after waste removal passes through veins, then inferior vena cava to the heart. So like that, I think you understood here. It is clear, I think. So then here I want to explain you about these veins. So renal veins, left and right branches are there. Here we have two branches, left kidney and right kidney we have. So it is somewhat down and it is somewhat up because of the presence of the liver, I told you. And here posterior vena cava is branched into right and left branch of the inferior vena cava. So this is the right branch, is this blue color, and this is the left branch. So right branch and left branch we have. So like that. So we have two branches, and each kidney again, each veins, renal veins enters into the two kidneys, assist drained to assist then drain to each kidneys, and again branched into two parts. For each kidney again they are branched into two parts. So the posterior veins, the upper are drained the back section, and the superior are assist front part. So here two. Again each venal, each here posterior vena cava to two branches, left and right. And left branch again branched into two for each kidney. One is front and one is back. Here also one is front and one is back. So like that. Posterior vena cava to two branches, left branch and right branch. And coming to the right branch, one is the posterior from that and anterior. Anterior front side, posterior back side. Here also anterior front side, posterior back side. Like that the branches will be there for the veins, renal veins. One more point I want to tell you children, the left and right renal veins are between aorta and superior superior artery to join inferior vena cava. Here, so like this, veins. So renal veins are in between superior vena cava and aorta to join inferior vena cava. So inferior vena cava, to join inferior vena cava, here renal veins are between aorta and superior artery. Aorta and superior artery here. So like this. And anterior veins are front side, posterior veins are back side. You got a clear idea, I think. So next, about gonadal vein. So left gonadal vein, left and right gonadal vein. What is this gonadal? Came new word came, we are getting a gonadal term, new term we got here, gonadal veins. So these are about, in men, about testes, and women, these are about ovarian related. So these are the veins which are connected to the kidneys again. So left gonadal vein will drains into the left renal vein, and right gonadal vein drains directly into the inferior vena cava. That means here left parts which are related to that testes and ovarian parts in men and women, left gonadal veins, here left gonadal are connected to the renal vein first. So that's why here they have given different color. So then afterwards into the inferior vena cava again, and coming to the right branch directly connected to the inferior vena cava. Directly connected to the inferior vena cava. Here first these right parts are connected to the direct inferior vena cava, and left parts are connected first to the renal veins, then afterwards into the inferior vena cava, like that. So gonadal means here related to the testes and ovarians in men and women. So what is the role of these renal veins actually, which are connected to the kidneys, to the inferior vena cava or posterior vena cava? They carry the filtered and deoxygenated blood, because already oxygen consumed by the kidneys and waste removed, then the purified and deoxygenated, oxygen deficient deoxygenated blood and purified blood through renal veins, then inferior vena cava to the heart. So like that. So that is the role of the renal veins. I think you got a clear idea about renal veins. Next I want to explain you about artha and ortha, dorsal aorta. So dorsal aorta, a pair of vessels which progress in descending aorta. So these came from aorta, descending aorta. And actually the right, so the here also, first see children, dorsal aorta, which is the descending order of the aorta, and which is again branched into two vessels, right branch and left branch. This red color children, right branch and left branch. And these all are again, these two again enter into the kidneys. They are branched through small arterioles, and into again into teeny knot of vessels called glomerulus. Yesterday also we got this term glomerulus. I told you at that time. I will explain you. Yes, now I want to explain you about that in the structure of the kidney. Again, individual structures we will see at that time. I will explain you further. And these aorta, aorta is divided into two branches, left branch and right branch, and again enter into the each kidney. Thus, that arteries are divided into small arterioles, and then into glomerulus, small glomerulus. These are located in the kidneys. So kidneys and inside the nephrons in the kidneys. These are nephrons, children. I will explain you afterwards like this. These are nephrons. So glomerulus are exerted in this. Those are exerted in this, and arterioles are connected to those. And those are arterioles are the branches from the left and right arteries, renal arteries. You got a clear idea about renal arteries. Next, here one more point I want to tell you. Due to the presence of the aorta, heart aorta, left side, so that is so longer due to the position of the kidneys here we have, and that is left side of the heart. So that's why right renal artery is longer than left. Just understand and imagine, heart left side part aorta exists. So due to that positions, kidneys are longer than that, and especially right kidney is so much longer than that. So right artery is longer than left artery, like that. Just understand children. Don't get confused. I am explaining you clearly only. So next point I want to tell you, the right passes behind the inferior vena cava. So right passes behind the inferior vena cava here. So right. This is right part. Yes, behind the inferior vena cava, and right renal vein, and head of the pancreas. So right part here pancreas we have. So right behind the inferior vena cava, right renal vein. Yes, right renal vein is this, and this is red colored is artery, right artery. About this we are discussing now. So this is behind the right vena, right renal vein, and head of the pancreas is also there here, and descending part of the duodenum. Descending part. Descending means up to down, descending part of the duodenum. At that place, the right artery exists, renal artery, right renal artery. So actually, what is the role of renal arteries? Which carry oxygen rich blood, mineral rich, oxygen rich blood from the heart. So many minerals are there. Some are waste products from that, and some are useful products from that. So renal artery's role is to carry oxygenated rich, mineral rich blood to the kidneys, and then kidneys remove waste material from that and uses oxygen for cellular respiration. So kidneys remove waste material, that means filtered blood and oxygenated blood forms in the kidneys. Then again through inferior vena cava, those deoxygenated and filtered blood goes to the heart again. So like this the circulation of blood taking place in the excretory system. And what about the removed products, removed substances. So that I want to explain you now. One more thing before this, here adrenal glands on the top of each kidney we have adrenal glands. About this I want to explain you first, then go through with that waste removed, where it enters, and about that I will explain you. Adrenal glands are the most important glands, which are small glands on the top of each kidney we have. They produce hormones. So those are most important hormones. Without that, a human being cannot live without those hormones, including sex hormones. Those were released, and those are releasing by adrenal glands. These are most important small glands which are existing on the top of each kidney. And these adrenal glands helps to control blood sugar, BP, and burning of proteins, fats, and regulate all these type of activities. Yes, BP, blood sugar, burning of proteins and fats. For that, these hormones related to the adrenal glands are useful. So that's why without those hormones, a human being cannot survive. I think you got a clear idea about adrenal glands. Next, I want to tell you, first of all, I want to tell you the two adrenal gland related major hormones. I want to tell you the names of those. Cortisol is one. Cortisol. Cortisol is one, and aldosterone. Aldosterone. These are the two important major hormones released by adrenal glands. And up to this we have finished. Next, I want to select both the ureters. Left ureter and the right ureter we have. So ureter is a narrow and hollow muscle tube which is 9 inches long. 9 inches, children. Which one is 9 inches? Both the ureters are, which are connected to the bladder again. And those two are carries urine or waste material from the both the kidneys. So three tubes are connected to the each kidney. That is total six tubes are connected to the fissure of the kidneys. That only I told you. About veins and arteries we have discussed. Now ureters. Two ureters are connected to the left and right kidneys, and those are again connected to the bladder, and which carries waste product or urine from the both the kidneys to the bladder. So upper half of the ureter is located in the abdomen. Yes, like this here, abdomen, upper half of the ear, up to ear abdomen we have, and below that lower half in the pelvic area. So here this is the pelvic area and this is the abdomen portion. So upper half of the both the ureters exist in abdomen and lower half in the pelvic area. So these all are in the down pelvic area. And coming to the bladder, which exists in pelvic area, and it is a muscular sac, muscular region, which is useful for allowing urination to be controlled. For controlling of urination, bladder we needed. If bladder damages, those people will not able to control the urine like that. So bladder is a muscular sac. Muscular means which stores urine here for controlling purpose. Here the urine storable space. So next opening is also there. Both the openings here, ureters into the bladder here. These two are. This is the bladder, which is a muscular sac in the pelvic region just above the pubic bone. Just above the pubic bone here, pubic bone will exist. So just above that here we have. Next urethra is the opening. So it is a tube carries urine from the bladder to the outside, and this is the external opening. So about this, I think you got all points very clearly. I explained you all about these labels. This is the human excretory system, children. So understand this clearly. So this is the notes I wrote for you. Just copy these running notes and understand the concept clearly. Thank you for nice class with you. Tomorrow we'll meet.